for the rain it raineth every day, with a high hold the wind and the rain, and the rain it raineth every day.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge for the second weekend of March. I'm here with Sheila, John, Bill, Henry, Maggie, and Ted to perform impromptu performances of the works of Shakespeare for you guys. Based on the randomly determined order, the person who that was determined in advance, the person's going to do the first monologue. Sheila is going to start us off. We'll spin for her first, and I'm on deck. I'll go after Sheila. And let's get the wheel up here. Let's add Sheila to the stream. Where are you? Okay, there you are. And okay, so Sheila is going to do. Oh no, I think we are. Employment of Athens 4.3. It began. Oh, blessed breeding sun.
Righty, I am there.
Okay, so whenever you're ready, go.
Oh, blessed breeding sun, draw from the earth rotten humidity. Below thy sister's orb, infect the air. Twinned brothers of one womb, whose procreation, residence, and birth scarce is dividend. Touch them with several fortunes. The greater scorns the lesser. Not nature, to whom all sores lay siege, can bear great fortune, but by contempt of nature raise me this beggar, and deny it that lord. The senator shall bear contempt hereditary, the beggar native honor. It is pasture lambs, the brother's sides, the want that makes him lean. Who dares in purity of manhood stand upright and say, this man's a flatterer? If be one, so are they all. For every grease of fortune is smoothed by that below. The learned pate ducks to the golden fool. All is oblique. There's nothing level in our cursed natures but direct villainy. Therefore, be abhorred all feast societies and throngs of men. His semblable, yea, himself, Timon disdains. Destruction fang mankind. Earth, yield me roots. Who seeks for better of thee? Sauce his palate with thy most operant poison. What is here? Gold? Yellow, glittering, precious gold? No, gods, I am no idle votarist. Roots, you clear heavens, this much of this will make black white. Foul, fair, wrong, right, base, noble, old, young, coward, valiant. You gods, why this? What this, you gods? Why this will lug your priest and servant from your sides, pluck stout men's pillows from below their heads. This yellow slave will knit and break religions, bless the accursed, make the whore leprosy adored, place thieves and give them title, knee and approbation with senators on the bench. This is it that makes the rapt widow wed again. She whom the spittle house and ulcerous sores would cast the gorge at, this embalms and spices to the April day again. Oh, come, damned earth, thou common whore of mankind that put'st odds amongst the rout of nations, I will make thee do thy right nature. Ah, a drum. Thou art quick, but yet I'll bury thee. Thou'lt go, strong thief, when gouty keepers of thee cannot stand. Nay, stay thou out for earnest. Seeing.
Okay, very nice. We just added that one, and it was a good job doing that one for the first time for us. So it's my turn now. Bill is on deck. He will go after I do. Alas for you. Sorry, I'm having a Here we go. Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now, abhorred in my imagination it is, my gorge rims at not how oft. Where are your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to settle the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning, quite chapfallen. Now get you to my lady's chamber, and tell her, let her paint an inch black. This favor she must come, make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing. So Bill is up and John is on deck. Bill's up. John is on deck. John will go after Bill does. Jupiter, no more you petty spirit. That's Act 5, Scene 4.
Okay. Act 5, Scene 4. Starting with no more, you petty spirits.
Yes, I believe that's how it starts.
Okay. No more, you petty spirits of region low, offend our hearing. Excuse me, let me try again. No more, you petty spirits of region low, offend our hearing. Hush. How dare you ghosts accuse the thunderer whose bolt sky-planted batters all rebelling coasts, pour shadows of Elysium hence, and rest upon your never-withering banks of flowers. Be not with mortal accidents oppressed. No care of yours it is, 'tis ours, whom best I love I cross. To make my gift the more delayed, delighted. Be content. Your low-laid sun our Godhead will uplift. His comforts thrive, his trials well are spent. Our jovial star reigned at his birth, and in our temple was he married. Rise and fade. He shall be lord of Lady Imogen, and happier much by his affliction made. This tablet lay upon his breast, wherein our pleasure his full fortune doth confine, and so away. No further with our din, express impatience, lest you stir up mine. Mount, eagle, to my palace crystalline.
Okay, good job with the ultimate Deus Ex Machina monologue. Literally, it's interesting how as writers we use that term where it's anything that comes out of the blue to resolve things, but that's actually a classic example of the Greek borrowed from the Greeks, where it literally was God coming down to resolve everything. Okay, so John, you're up. Ted is on deck. Ted will go after. John does. Wow, John of John. Great. Yeah, we haven't done this one in a while here in Shakespeare. I'm looking forward to seeing John do it.
Richard, I can't even read that.
Richard the Second, Act 2, Scene 1, about 33 lines in. Methinks I am a prophet, new inspired.
I'm sorry. What was the play again? I'm sorry.
Richard the Second.
Of course.
Act 2, Scene 1.
Okay.
John of Gaunt's deathbed speech.
Act 2, Scene 1. And his first line is, please.
Methinks I am a prophet, new inspired.
Okay. Methinks I am a prophet new inspired, and thus expiring to foretell of him. His rash, fierce blaze of riot cannot last, for violent fires soon burn out themselves. Small showers last long, but sudden storms are short. He tires betimes that spurs too fast betimes. With eager feeding food doth choke the feeder. Light vanity insatiate cormorant, consuming mean soon preys upon itself. This royal throne of kings, this sceptred isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise. This fortress built by nature for herself, against infection and the hand of war. This happy breed of men, this little world, this precious stone, set in the silver sea, which serves it in the office of a wall, or as a moat defensive to a house against the envy of happier lands. This blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England, this nurse, this teeming womb of royal kings, feared by their breed and famous by their birth, renowned for their deeds as far from home, for Christian service and true chivalry, as in the sepulchre in stubborn Jewry of the world's ransom, Blessed Mary's Son, this land of such dear souls, this dear, dear land. Dear for her reputation through the world, is now leased out. I die pronouncing it, like to a tenement of pelting farm, England, bound in with the triumphant sea, whose rocky shore beats back the envious siege of watery Neptune, is now bound in with shame, with inky blots and rotten parchment bonds. That England that was wont to conquer others hath made a shameful conquest of itself. Ah, would the scandal vanish with my life, how happy then were my ensuing death.
Okay, very nice. So up next we have Ted. Ted hasn't made it for a while, so we're glad to have you back. And you're going to actually, let me tell Maggie is on deck. Maggie will go after. None to be known. Start at King John in the beginning.
Going to be married, going to swear a peace, false blood to false blood joined, gone to be friends. Shall Lewis have Blanche, and Blanche those provinces? It is not so. Thou hast misspoke, misheard. Be well advised, tell o'er thy tale again. It cannot be, thou dost but say 'tis so. I trust I may not trust thee, for thy word is but the vain breath of a common man. Believe me, I do not believe thee, man. I have a king's oath to the contrary. Thou shalt be punished for thus frightening me, for I am sick and capable of fears, oppressed with wrongs and therefore full of fears. A widow, husbandless, subject to fears, a woman naturally born to fears, and thou now confess thou didst but jest. With my vexed spirits I cannot take a truce, but they will quake and tremble all this day. What dost thou mean by shaking of thy head? Why dost thou look so sadly on my son? What means that hand upon the breast of thine? Why holds thine eye that lamentable room, like a proud river peering o'er his bounds? Be these sad signs confirmers of thy words? Then speak again, not all thy former tale, but this one word, whether thy tale be true. See.
Okay, great. So we have Maggie and then Henry, and then we'll spin for some scenes. So Maggie is going to do No Hateful Hands, Julia.
Two gentlemen. All right.
Act 1, Scene 2. It's, I think, like toward the very end after she's ripped up the letter.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Act 1, Scene 2. I'm scrolling. Oh, there's nothing that starts with that. Oh, nay, would I so angered. Okay. It starts a little different. Nay, would were I so angered with the same. Oh, hateful hands, to tear such loving words, injurious wasps, to feed on such sweet honey and kill the bees that yield it with your stings. Oh, I'll kiss each several paper for amends. Look, here is writ, kind Julia, oh, unkind Julia, as in revenge of thy ingratitude. I throw my name against the bruising stones, trampling contemptuously on thy disdain. And here is writ. Oh, here is writ as soon as I find the line. Love, wounded Proteus. Poor wounded name. My bosom as a bed shall lodge thee till thy wound be thoroughly healed. And thus I search it with a sovereign kiss. But twice or thrice was Proteus written down. Be calm, good wind, blow not a word away till I have found each letter in the letter, except mine own name, that some whirlwind bear unto a ragged, fearful hanging rock, and throw it thence into the raging sea. Lo, here in one line is his name twice writ. Poor forlorn Proteus, passionate Proteus, to the sweet Julia. That I'll tear away. And yet I will not, sith so prettily he couples it to his complaining names. Thus will I fold them one on another. Now kiss, embrace, contend, do what you will.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so our final monologue before we spin for multiple player scenes will be done by Henry. Henry is going to do. Wow, Duke of York. Grace me no grace, or uncle me no uncles. This one.
Okay.
Richard II, Act 2, Scene 3.
Do you know where it is in the? Is it low down? Oh, it's York. Okay, got it. Tut, tut. Grace me no grace, nor uncle me no uncle. I am no traitor's uncle. That word grace in an ungracious mouth is but profane. Why have those banished and forbidden legs dared once to touch the dust of England's ground? But then more, why have they dared to march so many miles upon her peaceful bosom, frighting her pale-faced villagers with war and ostentation of despised arms? Comest thou because the anointed king is hence? Why, foolish boy, the king is left behind, and in my loyal bosom lies his power. Were I but now the lord of such hot youth as when brave Gaunt, thy father, and myself rescued the Black Prince, that young Mars of men, from forth the ranks of many thousand French, oh, then how quickly should this arm of mine, now prisoner to the palsy, chastise thee, and minister correction to thy fault.
Very nice. Love that one. I think I just added it recently. I'm glad we've added that one to the. Okay, so for scenes now, let's remember I have one wheel with 2 and 3 player scenes. Then I have another wheel that has scenes that have like 4 or 5 or more. Let's just what I decided, because we got 7 people here, which is it's great. We've got more people than we've had in a while. let me spin once from the scene, from the wheel that has scenes with more than 3 people, and then go to the smaller wheel for smaller scenes wheel to create roles for whoever is left. Let's get a bigger scene to start with. Anthony and Cleopatra Act 4, Scene 15. There's 5 roles in this. So we have Antony, Cleopatra, Charmian, Iris, and Diomedes. Okay, so that's 5. So we need then get one more role, one more scene for 2 people. So there's a different wheel with the smaller scenes. Get that one up. Okay, so those are 5 roles from Antony and Cleopatra, and let's get 2 more roles in. I'm going to skip that one. Came up as a 3 people, so that would be 8. And we need roles for 7. So I need to get a 2-player scene here. Not good. Beginning of the school. 2.1. Petruchio and Catherine. Okay, so the 7 roles for the 7 of us. Henry will have the first choice. We have Kate and Petruchio, and then we have Antony, Cleopatra, Charmian, Iris, and Diomedes from Antony and Cleopatra, Act 4, Scene 15. Henry, what would you like?
Do Kate from Taming, please.
Okay, Henry will be Kate. Maggie, what would you like?
How can I pass up doing Petruchio to Henry's Kate?
Great.
Let's gender bend it up the yin yang.
Yeah, that will be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I bet we're gonna have a lot of fun seeing the 2 of you do that one. Who's next? Ted gets the next choice. So now we're between the roles and Antony. Ted, what would you like?
Did you say of Antony Cleopatra, is it Act 4, Scene 15? Act 4?
Yes, I believe. Let me check. There's a lot of scenes. Oh, I mean, yeah. Act.
Are you sure?
Looks like it.
That's mostly Cleopatra and Mark Antony. The other players have 1 or 2 lines here and there.
Oh.
You know, there's not much for a 3rd and 4th person to do.
Yeah. We spun that. I'm getting an echo. I'm going to take you out. I spun that, so I'm going to stick with it. And let's just say, so the 3. Why don't we perform as planned? And since the other 3 people besides Antony and Cleopatra will have very small parts, after we've done these 2 scenes, let's spin for another one to give something better for the 3 people that were in fact in this scene but had very small roles. So Ted gets first choice. I'm guessing you're going to want to be Antony.
No, I'll do Diomedes. That's fine.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Ted's going to do Diomedes. Whose turn is it to choose? John, what would you like?
I would like Antony.
John will be Antony. Bill. Bill, would you like?
Well, I'll try my hand at Cleopatra.
Okay. And I will take, I guess I'll take Iris, and that leaves Shelia to be Charmian. So now I don't know. Might take a while because the bigger scene might take a while for people to figure out. So if Maggie and Henry don't mind going first, if they're ready, are you ready with the Kate and Petruchio scene?
Yes. Do you want us? I hear an echo.
I will attend here.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know whether, Mark, do you want me to do that entry little monologue, or do you want me to start with Good Morrow, Kate?
Why don't you start with, let's get the dialogue. So start with the Good Morrow, Kate.
Okay. Okay, let me move my text just a little bit. Thank you. All right, so Good Morrow.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm only looking at the text. So
No,
I can't
okay, off you go.
All right. Good morrow, Kate. For that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard, but something hard of hearing. They call me Katerina, that do talk of me.
You lie in faith, for you are called plain Kate and bonny Kate and sometimes Kate the Cursed, but Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, the super dainty Kate, for dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this of me, Kate, of my consolation, hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtues spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to these belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first. You were immovable.
Why, what's immovable?
A joint stool.
Oh, thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you, if me you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light. And...
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well, 10, and like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
Aye, for a turtle, as he takes a buzzard.
Oh, come, you wasp. In faith, you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy, then, is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear its sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so, farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail? Oh, nay, come again, good Kate. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why, then no arms.
A herald, Kate? Oh, put me in thy books.
What is your crest? A coxcomb?
A coneless cock, so Kate will be my hen.
No cock of mine. You crow too like a craven.
Nay, come, Kate, come. You must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What? You mean my face?
Well aimed of such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate. In sooth, you scape not so.
I chafe you if I tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar. Thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will, nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainst thy wooers, with gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Oh, slanderous world! Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender, and is brown in hue as hazelnuts, and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, and whom thou keep'st command.
Did ever Dian become so grove as Kate this chamber with her princely gait? Oh, be thou Dian, and let her be Kate, and then let Kate be chaste, and Dian sportful.
Why did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore from my mother wit.
Ah, witty mother, witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed on, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn, for by this light, whereby I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me, for I am he born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to my wife. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Maggie.
Okay, great job, you two. Okay, so we had the Antony and Cleopatra scene. Now, here's what I thank Ted for pointing this out to me, that that it is mostly Antony and Cleopatra. The other three servants barely have any lines. This was from back when we were doing the game differently, when we would spin for one big scene and then a bunch of small scenes, and we would do both. And so it didn't matter if somebody played a very small part in one of these, because they would get a bigger part in the other round. So, but what we'll do is we will do the scene. The three of us, myself, Ted, and Sheila, that have only small parts. When it's done, I said we would spin again, but that's three of us. And then I remembered that I did spin a few minutes ago a 3-person scene back when I was looking for a scene for only 2 people, so I skipped it. So, but since I did spin it, we're going to go with that one. Much Ado About Nothing, Act 5, Scene 2, Beatrice, and then the 2 serving women, we'll just combine them into one. There's one servant that's in the beginning, she leaves, and then a different servant comes on. We'll just say it's the same person. So after we do this scene, the Antony and Cleopatra scene, the 3 of us that had small, well, we will spin the names to see who gets the first, second, and third choice of those 3 roles in Much Ado About Nothing after the Antony and Cleopatra scene. So when the scene starts, it is just, okay, Bill is Cleopatra. I'm going to stage manage this. Bill is in it. And so it starts with Cleopatra and Charmian are in the scene to start, and then they're going to bring in the dying Antony later. So the 2 of you are ready to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Charmian and I will never go from hence.
Be comforted, dear madam.
No, I will not. All strange and terrible events are welcome, but comforts we despise. Our size of sorrow, proportioned to our cause, must be as great as that which makes it. How now? Is he dead?
His death's upon him, but not dead. Look out on the other side of your monument. His guard have brought him thither.
Oh, son, burn the great spear thou moved in. Darkling stand the varying shore of the world. Oh, Anthony, Anthony, Anthony. Help, Darby, help, Iris, help. Help, friends below. Let's draw him hither.
Peace. Not Caesar's valor hath o'erthrown Antony, but Antony's hath triumphed on itself.
So should it be that none but Antony should conquer Antony. But woe, it is so.
I am dying, Egypt, dying. Only I hear importune death awhile, until of many thousand kisses the poor last I lay up thy lips.
I dare not, dear my lord, pardon. I dare not, lest I be taken. Not the imperious show of the full fortune Caesar ever shall be broached with me. If knife, drugs, serpents have edge, sting, or operation, I am safe. Your wife Octavia, with her modest eyes and still conclusion, shall acquire no honor demurring upon me. But come, Antony, help me, my women. We must draw thee up. Assist, good friends.
Oh, quick, or I am gone.
Here's sport indeed. How heavy weighs, my lord. Our strength is all gone into heaviness that makes the weight. Had I great Juno's power, the strong-winged Mercury should fetch thee up and set thee by Jove's side. Yet, come a little. Wishes were ever fools. Oh, come, and welcome. Die where thou hast lived, quicken with kissing, and had my lips that power, thus would I wear them out.
Oh, heavy sight.
I am dying, Egypt, dying. Give me some wine and let me speak a little.
No, let me speak. Let me rail so high that the false housewife Fortune break her wheel provoked by my offense.
One word, sweet queen, of Caesar's seek your honor with your safety. Oh,
Because they do not go together.
gentle, hear me. None about Caesar trust but Proculius.
My resolution in my hands I'll trust, none but Caesar. None about Caesar.
The miserable change now at my end, lament nor sorrow at, but please your thoughts in feeding them with those my former fortunes, wherein I lived, the greatest prince of the world, the noblest, and do now not basely die, not cowardly put off my helmet to my countrymen. A Roman by a Roman valiantly vanquished. Now my spirit is going. I can no more.
Noblest of men, would die? Hast thou no care of me? Shall I abide in this dull world which in thy absence is no better than a sty? Oh, see, my women, the crown of the earth doth melt. O Lord, oh, withered is the garland of the war, the soldier's pole is fallen. Young boys and girls are level now with men, the odds is gone, there is nothing left remarkable beneath the visiting moon.
Oh, quietness, lady.
She is dead too, our sovereign.
Lady.
Madam,
Oh, madam.
Royal Egypt, Empress.
Peace, Iris.
No more. But e'en a woman, and commanded by such poor passion as the maid that milks and does the meanest chairs. It were for me to throw my scepter at the injurious gods, to tell them that this world did equal theirs till they had stolen our jewel. All is but naught. Patience is Scottish, and impatience does become a dog that's mad. Then is it sin to rush into the secret house of death ere death dare come to us? How do you, women? What? What? Good cheer? Why, how now, Charmian? My noble girls, women, look, our lamp is spent. It's out. Good sirs, take heart. We'll bury him, and then what's brave, what's noble, let's do it after the high Roman fashion, and make death proud to take us. Come away. This case of that huge spirit now is cold. Oh, women, come. We have no friend but resolution and the briefest end.
Okay, nice. So we'll now do the Much Ado About Nothing scene. Again, the three of us, myself, Shelia, and Ted, who only had a very small part in that last one, will do this one. Benedict, Beatrice, and then serving woman, Margaret / combine them. They're both. So I put this in the wheel, so we'll spin to see who gets the rolls.
Well, I don't know if you can hear me. There's a lot of feedback happening right now. If you can get through it, I'd like to do Benedict just so we can flip the genders.
Okay. So Sheila is Benedict. Ted, do you want to be Beatrice or Margaret?
Let's see.
Act 5, Scene 2.
Scene 2, hold on. I can do Margaret, that's fine.
Okay. So it starts.
And then he would also do Ursula, right?
And so it starts. I'll take myself. Benedict is talking to Margaret, and then Margaret leaves, and Beatrice comes in.
Are you ready, Ted?
Yeah.
Pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, preserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style, no man living shall come over it. For in most comely truth thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me? Why, shall I always keep below stairs?
Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouth. It catches.
And yours as blunt as the fencer's spoils, which hit but hurt not.
A most manly wit, Margaret. It will not hurt a woman. And so I pray thee, call Beatrice, I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
If you use them, Margaret, you must put in the pikes with a vice. They are dangerous maids.
Well, then I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
And therefore will come. Ah, the God of love that sits above and knows me, how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in Loving Leander the good swimmer, Troilus the first employer of panderers, and a whole bookful of these quondam carpetmongers whose names yet run smoothly in the even road of a blank verse, why, they were never so truly turned over and over as my poor self in love. Marry, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn? A hard rhyme. For school, fool. A babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Ah, sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now, and yet ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is, with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, that thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome, therefore I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frightened the word out of his right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe to him a coward. And I pray thee now, tell me for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which part of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Alas, poor heart, if you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
An old instant Beatrice that lived in the lime of good neighbors. If a man do not erect in this age his own tomb ere he dies, he shall live no longer in monument than the bell rings and the widow weeps.
And how long is that, think you?
Question. Why, an hour in clamor and a quarter in rime. Therefore, is it most expedient for the wise, if Don Worm, his conscience, find no impediment to the contrary, to be the trumpet of his own virtues, as I am to myself. So much for praising myself, who I myself will bear witness is praiseworthy. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. There will I leave you too. For here comes him in haste. Do you have Ursula, Ted?
I'm sorry.
Ursula.
Oh, I didn't know I was doing Ursula. I was doing Margaret.
And Ursula.
Oh, I'm sorry. Madam, you must come to your uncle. Yonder's old coil at home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio mightily abused. And Don John is the author of all. Who is fit and gone? Will you come presently?
Will you go hear this news, Signor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
That's fine. Okay, great performances today, everybody. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for watching the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. We look forward to seeing you all same time next week. Bye now.